hurricane, I said. Stop saying that, you daft mole, they said. You'll upset Urkel. Hurricanes aren't kind, Urkel said. Kind or not, one's coming, I said. And I clung onto his badgery shoulders, 'cause I was scared. Then I said goodbye, as if it was forever. And I jumped down the nearest molehill. I dug deep, deeper than oak roots. Animals would be killed in the hurricane, but not Mossy Mole. Nope, not me. But even deep down there, I could hear the hurricane as it began, huffing and puffing.
Well, Fox said to me, "Whistler, fly up as high as you can and see how much there is of it." So up I flew, higher than high, to see how much there was of it. When I fly really high, I can see everything, as far as the seas. But there was no end to the blackness of this hurricane. I nosedived in a panic and flew about telling every animal I saw, "Hurricane coming! Hurricane!" Then a twirling blast of wind caught me and span me and span me. I seemed to crash into breaking trees. The ground rose up around me. I heard the cry of a zillion rats, of a single squirrel, Tray roaring to his hinds. Then sheet lightning burst over me, and I didn't wake up till it was over. I stayed in my nice, safe burrow with my ratties. They chanted my name for comfort. Hurricanes? Well, they kills everything, don't they? But not humans. They always comes out afterwards, and so do we. Ratties is indestructible. One day, something will happen, and the humans won't come out. But we will.
There wasn't time to find a nice safe hole. We hid in an old log, cuddling close. Measly, Fido, Cleo and me, all singing. Half a pound of twopenny rise, half a pound of tea. Until the hurricane lifted the log up into the air and dropped it down again. It rolled, rolled, rolled down the side of the copse, spinning into the cornfield with us tumbling inside it. And when it stopped, we looked out one end to see all the corn in the cornfield flattened, and out the other end to see the trees of the wild boar's copse snapped and uprooted. Measly held us tightly, protected us all through. He was very brave. Not as brave as me, but brave anyway.
The hurricane came from all sides to destroy the great beach. Roof tiles from the human hutches tore from their place and shattered on the branch where I sat in my cement overcoat. My handsome new mate hovered in the air, catching in his wings anything that might fly towards me. Then suddenly the hurricane sucked him away, my lovely new mate. And while I cried for him, I heard the most terrible creaking. The great beach, it was falling, falling! Timber! I fell like a stone, hit the ground, and my concrete overcoat smashed. My feathers were suddenly free, and I was flying again, sucked away in the storm, lost and breathless, stabbed by the rain.
When the hurricane was over, Vixen and I came out of our den and walked slowly round White Deer Park. We had to be very careful because trees, weakened by the powerful wind, were still falling all over the park. Animals were coming out of their burrows and hiding places. We'd been lucky, just a few squirrels killed. Whistler said that the tree where the rats had their headquarters had fallen, that the rats were sitting on it, rubbing each other's bruises. Plucky and Dash were running about checking on everyone. I was very proud of my grandson. He'd grown into a better fox than I ever was.
Fox, Fox, I can't find Shadow anywhere. Perhaps she's looking for me somewhere. Oh, the poor thing. She'll be so worried about me.
Listen, everyone. Have any of you seen Shadow Badger?
Yes, I have.
Where is she, Whistler? Where?
Urkel, please don't panic or cry or anything, but Shadow was injured by a falling tree. She's all right. I saw the warden pick her up. I think he took her back to his hut.
Oh, I must rescue her. I must. Shadow!
Plucky, go and see that Hercule doesn't get into trouble. Yes, Fox? Come on, Dashy. I'll race you to the badger.
What's that noise?
That's the stag rutting. There's a rut. Wonderful. One of the stag must be challenging Tray. We might get rid of him at last. Come on, Adder. I'll race you to the rut.
You must be joking.
Fox, excuse my molehill, but what's going on?
Hello, Mossy. It's a rut. Laird is challenging Tray.
Oh, I hope Laird wins. I hate Tray. He's balmy. He stamps on my molehills and gives me a headache.
Tray was injured in the hurricane.
Oh, so there was a hurricane. I must have slept through it.
He's limping. That's why Laird's challenged him now. He wouldn't stand a chance if Tray wasn't injured.
What's happening? My mole's eyes only see a blur.
Tray has retreated. He's bleeding from his nose. But he's not given in. He's waving his antlers, encouraging Laird to attack. Laird's walking in circles around him. Tray has to face him for the attack when it comes, so he has to turn on his injured leg. Very clever of Laird, that. Oh, this reminds me of my battles and fights when I was young. In your father's time, Mossy.
He told me all about it. I used to fall asleep.
Yes, I'm sure. All the other stag and hinds are gathered on that hummock. See them?
I see only a blur of deer.
They're waiting to congratulate the winner. Ha! Ha! Laird's on his back legs. He's charging! Laird is trying to turn Tray over. Come on, Laird! Yes, he's done it! Tray's down. Laird's trampling him. He's digging in his antlers. Tray is beaten. He's beaten. Laird is the new leader of the herd, and I shall be the first to congratulate him. Well done, Laird.
Did I miss anything?
Oh, yes. Shall I tell you all the most tedious details?
Laird, may I be the first to congratulate you on a famous victory.
I'd never have won if he hadn't been injured. Still, I did win, didn't I?
Brilliantly, yes.
Things will be different from now on. You and your friends can drink by the pond if you wish. I'll not bother you the way he did. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to count my hinds. They're all mine now, you know.
Laird, with his antlers held high and proud, walked among his herd. The stag lowered their antlers in homage. The hinds blinked their eyes and waggled their tails up and down. Meanwhile, Tray was getting to his feet. He'd been such a pest, made so much trouble for us, always threatening to squash us flat. But now, watching him limp away to a lonely life, exiled from the herd, I felt more sorry for him than I could bear. It made me feel old and weak, and I thought I was going to die, right there among those gorse bushes. But suddenly, Whistler crash-landed, filling my nose with feathers. He brought terrible news, which revived my flagging spirit.
Fox! It's the rats! They're going to attack! Bully's making a pompous speech. They're going to attack! You should see them! There's so many! They fill the hollow at the far end of the park, and all the cornfield beyond, and the trees are full of them!
Yes! Hello, ratties! This is the hour to strike, when them foxes and what have you are weakened from the storm. We shall kill them all and turn White Deer Park from an animal sanctuary into a rat sanctuary, where rats shall live in perfect peace and happiness, with a certain big handsome verminous sewer rat as their king. And who might that be? It's a wonderful sight. So many ratties, all them whiskers, all them tails. I don't know. Some nights in the drains, when the sunlight was shooting through the grate, then I was happy. But now, yeah, what bliss on earth to be king of such admirable ratties. Here, you, fetch my boy Spike. I want him to be at my side when we attack. He's my very favourite, him. Sharpen your teeth, ratties. As soon as Spike gets here, we shall attack. And ratties of mine, we shall be victorious. 'Cause they've no weasels, there I said it, to kill us back with. Bully, bully, bully!
Pig! Weasel! Pig! Weasel! Oh, wasn't that hurricane storm a snorter? A snorter!
Cleo, stop playing with that pig. We're leaving. Maisley and I have decided we're returning to White Deer Park. Come along now.
We want to stay here with our living sausages.
Oh, but I'm not staying here. My new father, and he's a much better father to me than Measley was. His wife was killed by the hurricane, squashed under trees. She wasn't a better mother to me than Weasel was, though. Still, Father's very upset, and I'm his only consolation. He's taking me away to some piggy place far away, where I can learn to find truffles with my snout.
We want to learn how to find truffles with our snouts.
We are going to White Deer Park. Measley, you tell them.
We are... what did I have to tell them again?
Hello there, weasels. You're all in one piece, I see.
May I, on behalf of my little family and weasels everywhere, say how sorry we are to hear about your wife?
Thank you. Yes, it's a terrible day. I've lost everything I loved, except him.
I'm his only consolation.
He is. You are. We're heading up country. I've some grown-up litters there, big fat sons of mine. I think this piglet should be brought up around as many pigs as possible. Bye-bye-zy, weasels.
Weasel! Don't worry about me. I'll never miss sausages. One day I'll be a huge fat boar snorting in the forest. See ya! Bye! Come on, Weasel. Let's go home. Do you think the hurricane will have done much damage there?
How should I know, you silly twerp? We scurried fast through the broken landscape, across flattened cornfields, zipping across fallen trees with a zippiness only a weasel can manage. We only paused to watch a lightning-struck tree on fire. It took us no time at all to get to White Deer Park. Around the edges, lots of trees were uprooted. But inside, it wasn't so bad. How nice to be home. I couldn't think why we'd left in the first place. Must have been Measley's idea.
It wasn't, you know.
Shut up, Measley. We entered the park up the path behind the warden's cottage. Plucky was sniffing around the cages at the back. He had with him a badger we didn't know. And goodness, Rollo!
Weasel dog, not drowned.
No, I wasn't drowned. The farmer pulled me out and chained me up with his prize pig as a punishment. But my howling made the pig lose weight, and he came third in all his competitions. So the farmer gave me to the warden, so now I'm his dog. But I'd rather be a weasel dog.
You can be! Come and live with us in the forest. It's much better being wild, you know.
Oh, yes, come with us.
Oh, thank you. I will. But first, I must help my new friend Hercule to get his mate out of that cage. He's very kind, you know.
Hello, I am kind. You weasels don't know me. You left before I came, see? But I've heard all about you. You're Weasel, pestilential and overbearing. You're Measley, a twerp.
Oh!
And I don't know these two at all, no.
Fido and Cleo, my little ones. perfect little weasels.
I'm sure, yes, if you like that sort of thing. Look, with your weasel's teeth, could you perhaps bite a hole in that wire cage so that my mate can get out? She's not badly hurt, but I must have her back home, or I'll come to pieces. Fido, Cleo, Weasel, let's start biting.
Thank you, weasels. Thank you.
Plucky! Plucky, matey! It's the rats! They're on the attack! Fox says you must come at once and lead us against them!
Me? Why me? Why not Fox himself?
Fox says you! Quick! There's rats everywhere, ripping up everyone they can find!
Rollo, can you kill rats?
Oh, I'll be useless, but I'll try.
Get me out of here and I'll kill rats. That's it. I'm out.
Come on!
Oh, look, we got weasels! Wee weasels! Wait till the rats see you!
After the hurricane, I decided to do what I'd always hoped I would be able to do. Return to White Deer Park and show off my handsome new mate. We swooped through rainbows towards my familiar home. It didn't take us nearly as long as I had thought. When we were close, we heard the most peculiar eking.
What's that eking? What?
It was rats, a plague of rats running through the park. From the air, it was a horrifying sight. The forest floor turned from green spotted with the yellow of buttercups to a rat grey. My mate and I lost no time. We swooped down, talons wide, and right away started killing rats, which is, may I remind you, a very laudable occupation for an owl or anyone else.
Look, everyone, look! It's Owl! She's back! And with another owl! A big male! Great news! Fight on! Well done, Hercule! Don't be kind today! Kill those rats! Kill them! Courage, everyone! We've got owls to help us now!
Plucky, matey, have you seen those baby weasels? They've killed more rats than the rest of you put together. Wish I could kill some. All I can do is croak.
Look at my little one, so Weasley!
Get back into the fight, Weasel.
I was only resting. Some people.
Forward, ratties! Just keep on attacking them, and by sundown we shall have everything we want in this world!
I shall have my revenge for Sirius's murder. You big nasty rat. It's you I want.
Rip that serpent up, ratties! Keep it away from me! Yuck! Snakes! A tail with a head on! Horrible!
Oh, excuse me, ugly rat, but I'm kind, and I'm appealing to your better nature. Let's stop this silly fighting and be friends, I'll be your friend.
Get out of it, soppy badger! How'd you feel if I bit you on the nose?
No, stop it. That's unkind.
Untie your bonny fighter owl, and look what I found! A noxious little toad! Look, ratties! Help! Spike, matey!
Bully, put him down!
Spike, me boy! Where have you been? I delayed the attack waiting for you!
Put the toad down! Let him go!
Like fish I will! I'm gonna tear into bits! Oh! My nose! Spike, my boy! My favourite! You itch bully! Thanks, matey! You saved me this time! You It's Bully! Who am I? Ratties, get Spike! He's a traitor! I'll have you, Spike!
Oh, Plucky, there's too many. We can't possibly kill them all.
It's all right, Measley. Fox will be here in a minute with reinforcements.
But everyone's here already.
You'll see. Yes, listen. Here they come. Retreat, everyone, into the trees. Retreat.
We've won! They're running away! The pork is ours! Who am I? Here, what's that funny noise?
It was, I must say, a brilliant plan. Plucky's idea. I arranged it with Trey that he should stampede his herd down the path by the stream and into the clearing beside the pond, which was where Plucky had lured Bully and his main force. Vixen and I ran ahead of the herd, but we were too slow and jumped aside just before we arrived at the pond. When we got there, the thunder of the hooves had passed on through the forest, trampling rats as they charged. Beside the pool, all the rats were squashed dead. Only Bully was left. He stood up slowly, dazed and confused. For a moment he thought he was alone, beaten. But then he looked around and smiled.
Who am I?
Bully, 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 Bully.
The trees behind were filling with rats. They were swimming the stream. They were everywhere, rat eyes flashing in the undergrowth. I thought for a delicious moment that we'd won. But no, I looked around and saw that we were surrounded. We would all die. Bully would win. Just then, so quick that I hardly saw it happen, one of Weasel's little ones, Cleo, I think, zipped across the clearing where the trampled rats lay and bit Bully hard on his back end. She carried Bully's tail away and presented it to Measley. He walked back slowly, smiling nervously, and offered the tail back to Bully, who looked so funny holding his tailless back end with his paws.
I think you you dropped something.
It's that here. Stinking with. Shut up, Ratties! You doesn't laugh at Bully. You loves and obeys Bully. Shut up! Shut up! Losing a tail ain't no laughing matter. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
This is better than killing him. Phineas is avenged.
Spike boy, tell them naughty ratties to stop laughing at Bully, who they loves and respects. Their leader, their king. Tell them to stop, Spike?
It's all over, Bully. You've lost. Go on back to the sewers. That's where you belong. Not here.
Yeah, all right. Nice, smelly sewers. And dark, where no one will see I've no tail to flick. Who am I? Who am I? You'll be coming with me, won't you, Spike? Hey?
Spike, matey, is staying here with his friends. That's right, ain't it, matey?
Yeah. I'm staying here with Toad. And my other friends.
Oh. Oh, well. Bye-bye then, Spike. Bully loves ya. Bully loves ya. Oh.
That was the last we ever saw of Bully and his rats. They marched away back to the city and filled the sewers with their eeks. Whistler flew after them to make sure they'd gone. By twilight, White Deer Park was free of them forever. Just a few nitty ones loitering at the edges of the park, which the baby weasels chased, whooping like weasels, and for some reason I'll never understand, honking like geese. It was over. We'd won. It was time for me to tell everyone of a most important decision. Exhausted, rat-bit, we all walked up to the stone circle, where in days gone by I had met and talked with the great white stag. Tray was there, watching the sunset of the day on which he lost everything.
What's up, Fox matey? You look sad.
We've won! Ha ha! You should be happy.
I am happy, Toad.
Has anyone seen my mole?
He's asleep on your head.
Oh, hello, Fox. What are we all doing up here?
Well, Mossy, Vixen, all of you, I've something to say. The rats are gone. We've beaten them.
3 cheers for Fox. Hip, hip.
Do be quiet. Listen to what I'm saying. White Deer Park is ours now. We can live here in perfect peace and practice the ideals we brought here from Farthing Wood. Laird, the new leader of the deer herd, is our friend, as she's shown today. Our troubles are over. But I'm old. No, I am. Old and tired. It's time for me to step down as your leader.
Oh, Fox, you can't. You're the legendary Fox.
I've been thinking about this all summer, and my decision is final. I here announce my retirement as your leader. Plucky will be your new leader.
Me? But Fox...
You are a better fox than I ever was. Plucky is the new leader.
Plucky is leader! Plucky is leader!
Excuse me. I'm sure Plucky has many excellent qualities, but wouldn't an owl be a better leader? May I introduce my new mate?
Plucky's leader, you tatty bird.
I see that motherhood hasn't improved you one bit.
Measley, climb up there and strangle that owl.
I wouldn't if I were you, what? She's my mate, what? What?
Come along now, everyone. Stop bickering. I'm leader, and I'll have Measley as second in command.
Oh, hear that, Weasel?
I heard.
Just because you're the new leader doesn't mean you can't race me, does it? Back down the hill to the trees.
Oh, all right. Plucky and Dash raced away. This time, for the first time, Plucky won. The others followed, delighted with their new leader. I sat beside Tray, watching the sun go down. We didn't say anything to one another, but he was sad, and I knew he was glad I was with him. The last rays of the day were reddening the standing stones when Whistler crash-landed on one of the stones. He looked down, a grin somewhere inside his beak.
I say, shall I tell you what it's like to be an egg?
Yes, all right. Tray, would you like to hear Whistler's story about being an egg? I can imagine nothing more tedious.
Well, it's like this. You've all heard the old saying, which came first?